Well, good morning everybody. Saturday morning, I'm currently off down the shop. Paper, crusty bread and some custard donuts for the wife. Might even have one too. Just typical Saturday morning stuff. You know when you want to have a lie in and your body clock wakes you up at some ridiculous hour? Well, that's what's happened this morning. So off I pop to the shop. I think I've got to remember a couple of other things as well. Well, thank you very much for all the support, everybody, for the channel. It really is great. The numbers over the last couple of days have been marvellous, and the subscribers are climbing as well, which is great to see. That means we're getting some new supporters to the channel, and of course all the regular guys that keep coming back to see what I have to say every day. Please make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you are here. And if you have been for a while, make sure you still are, because I'm getting reports that every now and again the YouTube algorithm seems to be knocking people off for some reason and disabling your notifications. So it's always good to check those things. Well, yesterday I did a couple of videos about what happened in Rochdale and that speech that Sunak came out with earlier on in the evening. Piers Morgan said it was a powerful speech. I think he was probably watching a different one to the rest of us. I thought it was pathetic personally, but there we go. All designed around the fact that that Galloway win has rattled them. Well, never mind about that. I'm sure there'll be plenty of that to discuss over the coming days and weeks. One thing I will say though is that when you see things like landslide victories and stuff like that, don't be so quick to believe it. What you need to look at is how much of the electorate actually turned out to vote and who did they vote for. You know, they say that Galloway got 40%. 40% of what? That was actually 40% of the electorate that turned out. And as a percentage of the entire electorate, including those that didn't turn out, the 60% that didn't, is about 18.8% rather than 40. Kind of an eye-opener when you look at it like that. When I see by-elections, it interests me to find out actually who really did show up to do the business. A lot of people are starting to say now, which I believe, we need that do not consent option on the ballot paper, because if everybody come out and did that, game over. It really is very simple. Game over. Well, there's an awful lot of controversy and an awful lot of things that are being exposed on a daily basis now with this incompetence that we call our government. Done an awful lot on the child maintenance service. There's going to be more of that to come. And I'm waiting for some news on ULEZ, congestion charge, all that sort of thing. I talk to Noel Wilcox every week, and things are happening in the background. But I said to him, it's a frustration because I want to give you a real update, but I can't until there is something to really update you about. So, when there is something, we'll give it to you all at once. Now, tomorrow, 9 o'clock. What's happening then? I'm doing a live stream. Yes, with a gentleman who we will refer to as Veteran A. Veteran A. Now, Veteran A has some major problems with what is now called the Armed Forces Compensation Scheme. War pensions, all that sort of thing. And he's going to come on and he's going to explain exactly what his issues were, what he's trying to do about it, and where we go from here. It's another massive scandal. Armed Forces veterans aren't getting treated correctly when it comes to this, especially when they're injured or life-changing psychological issues as a result of service. And it's wrong. They should be looked after. Absolutely. The government, as far as I'm concerned, has a duty of care to these veterans, and they're failing very much. That's what I believe. Anyway, tune in tomorrow at 9 and have a listen. I've got a couple of veteran mates who are YouTubers as well. I've sent a link to them. Hopefully we can get a bit of support for this very important issue. Anyway, I'm approaching my final destination now, which is the co-op near where I live, so I can get my groceries. I'm going to leave you to it, folks. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. I'm off out tonight for a beer, and I'll tune in with you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. See you then. Toodaloo.